Hello guys, and welcome back to my speedrun here, where I'll be playing 500 rated players and showing you how to progress to 1000 and beyond. So let's get into the first game. Let's play D4. Okay, next game. Let's play D4 against Psycho Killer. Crazy name. Okay, interesting opening choice for a 500 rated player. I don't typically like this opening because if I take this pawn here, if he takes back with his pawn, I'll recapture the queen and he'll lose the right to castle because I have to move his king. But even right now, his queen is very active and in the middle of the action. So it can create some vulnerabilities early on. Just going to control the center here. He takes, and I take, that's fine. That's an equal trade, so not worried about that. Knights in the rim, guys. Knights in the rim are dim, remember that. So that's a rule in chess. When your knights are on the side, they can only control as much as 4 squares. Whereas when your knight's in the middle of the board, they can control up to 8 squares, and it's very powerful in the middle. So we're going to go here to prevent him from hopping in on b4 with his knight. He's going to try and be a pain otherwise. Okay. Now we can kick the queen. And by the way, guys, this should be the last episode on my phone. I know that perhaps the filming quality is not the best, so bear with me for the time being. I've recently worked out how to properly record it on my laptop. So that should be happening on the next episode, episode 4. Move this queen to the center here again. He's attacking my queen with this move. However, it's a very short time because I can easily get my queen out of the way, and it's not really ideal for him. I'm happy to trade. I'm one pawn up already. So when you're ahead in material, there's no issue trading. I actually advise it for if you know how to finish endgames. I actually advise that because you'll have a winning advantage. It should be very simple to win. Okay. So I've got the bishop here. It's very strong. There's a free pawn there I can grab. I could have took his knight and my bishop and doubled his pawns. I didn't see the need to do that exactly. His knight's already in a bad position anyway, so just grab this free pawn here. Okay. He finally develops a knight. And what's good advice is to get the rook on the open file, always. So you see how I put my rook on the C file? There's no pawns obstructing that file, which means it is what's called an open file. And rooks love open files, especially if I'm lining up to his queen right now, like I am. So there's lots of threats here once I move my knight out of the way. Choose not to respond to it just yet, the threat, so let's see. We can do that. Good take. There's a lot of things you could do. Maybe instead I should move my knight out, but either way, there's loads of winning combinations right here. Okay, he moves his king in, a bit eager to take out our bishop. We can move it back, that's fine. He now wants to reclaim the C file. Castle, completely fine. He can take my rook if he wants to. I'll just recapture. Okay, now he's trying to take my bishop. That's okay. I'd rather keep my bishop on the board, so I'm going to move it to a safe square. By my rook, sorry, protected by my knight. The king can't take. And we're comfortably ahead, by the way. Two points of material is comfortable. Now he's targeting my f pawn here. It looks like because he's got his knight and his rook lined up with that. However, I have got my bishop defending it too. I think he's forgotten that. Let's see. I can take this free bishop though, for the time being. He's forgot that the bishop's hanging. So I'll take that. I think he missed that check. And he fell. He fell for the trap. So we'll take that rook. Okay. Our first win. Just going back over the position, what actually caused the losses. I think it's important to break down how my opponents lost, because this way it's also going to show my students here, who are watching this, how they can avoid losing games as well. So he's playing an opening where he's queens out early in the game. I don't really advise those types of openings for 500 rated players. We took a free pawn there. You see, I'm pushing his queen around here, and you have to move a lot of tempo here. Now he accepted the trade. Probably wasn't the best thing for him to do as well, since he is behind on material. So I think that's something that he shouldn't have done, and it's something for you to bear in mind as well if you're watching this. If you're behind in material, if your opponent's got more pawns, more pieces, generally it's better to keep hold of that, because you want to keep your tactics available. And here, our opponent just missed this. He was focused too heavily on the attack rather than on defending his king. This is something that I really see a lot amongst 500 and players below 1,000, even players at around 1,000 mark as well. They're too much trying to focus on attacking rather than not enough on making sure they're safe first. I think it's important to, as a beginner, you should try to attack from a safe place not whilst your king is in danger. Okay, so next game. Opponent goes e4, we're going to go e5. Taking equal control of the center. And this is more of a passive opening from my opponent. I say passive because it's not moving the pawns out, it's not developing. And here he's wasted a tempo here. This is called tempo when you move your pieces. Needlessly, I suppose. He's just done in 2 moves where you could have done in 1. Okay. And this is a good opening as well. I like this opening he's going for here. I believe it's a Danish gambit. It's good. I think you're supposed to take with the knight though, however. So he might have misplayed the opening. So we're keeping it simple as well. We've got the minor pieces coming out. Just like I always say, the knights, the bishop, and now I'm going to look to, well, I would get my other knight out. However, you can see that pawn on e-file, it's only going to push, it's going to bring it down and kick my knight. So I'm going to do this move first, so that I can get my knight out comfortably. Without worrying it being pushed away. I can even get my bishop to pin his knight to his queen. It's a good development move. I can move the h pawn up to avoid his knight coming down. Attacking that f pawn with his bishop and his knight. So notice how he's targeting my pawn there with how he's moved his rook. See, he's targeting that b pawn there. If I move my bishop just to develop, he would have taken that. So we're taking it slow and steady on his opening. You know, you should realize I'm not really doing too much and I'm just making sure my pieces are in the right places first, so that I can attack from a stronger position. Throwing in my bishop, I'd rather keep that. I don't want to double up my pawns on the c-file. So I'll move back. Okay, he's moved his rook up. It's quite a funny move. I imagine what he's trying to do is move his rook to the d file, potentially to create a battery with his queen, where the queen supports the rook. I'm going to develop the bishop since it's safe to do so. With this I can move it back. You could take as well here. There's no issue either way. Just move it back. And some people will follow this by pushing the next pawn up on the g file, but that would weaken the king side quite a lot. It's a hanging pawn, so I'll take it. And at the same time, threatening the rook here. And also that bishop and the knight are staring at that pawn next to his king, the white king. Let's remember that as well. Let's take the rook. Let's gain a lead in material. Check. He has to block with his bishop. Right square bishop. And we can take his knight and double up his pawns. You know, as a beginner you might be asking, why is having doubled pawns a bad thing even? Well, the issue is that pawns, they're best protected by other pawns, not by pieces. So these pawns, see my side, they're protecting each other. Here's ones, they're isolated. So once we get to the end game and pieces start coming off the board, they become very, very easy to pick off. And will help us win the game. This is not a bad move. He's recognized that the bishop doesn't defend the pawn because it's pinned to the king. So now he's moving it forward where the queen and the bishop can now protect the pawn. I'm going to go here, I'm going to sidestep that move and I'm going to target his king side. Okay, good. He's protected. The pawn with his rook. A good move right here actually would be b3. Bishop b3. But we'll go here, we'll just make sure we're stabilizing. Double the rooks. So my rook on the A file, still undeveloped, hasn't moved all game. Now we're getting all of our pieces involved in the game. Super strong. So both of my rooks are dominating the open file. This is probably a nightmare situation with white, to be honest. You don't want this. And our opponent has misread this move, so we can take this pawn because his pawn, sorry, we can't take his bishop because his pawn cannot take back, you see? See how my queen is pinning the pawn against the king? So he can't take, otherwise that'll be an illegal move. He'll be putting himself in check. So he can only take this back with the queen, which you don't want to do because that's a free queen. Well, it's a queen for a bishop, which is a good trade in my eyes. Okay, he's now thinking about what to do. Okay, he's moved. Good. So I think we should just take this pawn here, my bishop. We could take either pawn. This one. He's taken back. Interesting. That definitely did not help him, as rooks are more valuable than the pawn, so more valuable than the bishop, as you know. We can take this. So what I also think is very important for players under 1,000 to understand is the idea of working out how many attackers versus defenders for a piece as well, because that's how you can tell if you're going to win an exchange or not. We'll take this just to simplify it. He takes. Question for the audience: what do we take with our queen, or is there another move we should make? Is taking the queen the right move? The answer is the rook. Bring the rook in. Because instead of trading queen for queen, I'd much rather trade a rook for a queen. And he doesn't even give us that, he just lets us take the queen for free. And now white is in a ton of trouble. Okay. It's only going to be checkmate in a few moves now, so we'll just go check. Check. And checkmate. Good game. This player played quite strong for a 500 rate player, I'll say that for sure. Definitely better than what we've normally seen at this level. But in terms of breaking down what went wrong in this game for him, and some improvement steps. See how his king's in the center? He didn't really get around to castling his king. So it created a whole world of trouble for him. It's why it's so important to castle your king in the first place. Because now his king's in the middle, we've got tactics like how we're pinning his bishop. And we've got vulnerable squares we can take advantage of. Even right here would have been a good time to castle, but he chose to lift his rook up. And even as far as the opening for our opponent, he wasted tempo there, which is a small detail, but it's still important. You do not want to be wasting tempo in your chess games. That will definitely affect the result of the game, because your opponent will have all their pieces out whilst you're still getting yours out because you wasted tempo. You didn't move your pieces quick enough. So this as well, and also I think he misplayed the opening as well. He meant to take with the knight there, and so he's sort of still behind on development for white. So yeah, take with a knight here is the main line. See, we're controlling the center, getting the minor pieces out, king safety, protect the king. He attacks our bishop, move back to safety. We develop our other piece. He overlooks the pawns hanging, doesn't see it. And also doesn't see defending the rook as well. So this is to do with recognizing threats now as well, which is another issue. But of course, when I give this criticism with our opponents, of course we have full respect for our opponent. It's simply how we can help each other improve. Because there's always something to be learned from every game, whether you win or lose. Okay, free queen there, and that was all she wrote pretty much, right? And checkmate here. So that's a good overview as to what happened in this one. Let's just do one last match, wrap this up. And also, guys, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but next time I will be recording with my laptop, so it'll be much more. I'm gonna be a bit more easy to watch. And also on my laptop I can add a bit more detail to it. I can draw arrows better than on the iPhone and so on. Okay, so interesting opening from our opponent. That move who's done next to the king is not generally not regarded as good typically. You want to keep the free pawns on the king side, not moving. I'm talking about the f pawn, by the way, next to the queen there. He's moved it forward. It creates some vulnerability for the king later on in the game. Perhaps I'll show you after this. We're going to take here, get the bishop out. Develop our other minor pieces. He pushes back. Not an issue at all. Challenging our knight now. Quite aggressive play. Look at his kingside. It's wide open, and can anyone spot the move? There's a fork. Next move, can you see it? Pause it if you haven't seen it. The move is G3. Knight G3 forks a queen and a rook. Not ideal. Okay. Now we've got to address the bishop because he wants to trap that. So we're going to move it here so he doesn't trap our bishop. Threatens our other bishop, his pawn. There's a lot of pawn pushing here, guys. A lot of pawn pushing. He's done the same thing again on this side now. And he can actually win a pawn from this actually, right now, in this exchange, but see how his pawns are so overextended on my side, they will be quite easy to pick off in a short period of time. Okay, I can just develop my queen here, move my knight out. Either way, I'm happy. We'll move my knight here. If he takes my knight, I'll take off the f pawn and I'll open up my rook and get that active in the game. He moves up. That's okay. May get my queen out. You know, yeah, I am one pawn here in front right now, and just because I say it's generally good to trade when you're heading material, sometimes You might want to wait until you're in a comfortable lead right now. I mean, he's got a lot of pieces on my side of the board. I really don't mind if we trade actually. If he takes my bishop. He has knights on the rim. Which isn't good for him. Okay, we should get our rooks in the center now. I can get my knight to a comfortable place, but I'm going to get my rook to the center for the time being. Let's complete development. I'm going to capture towards the center to help for my control of the middle of the board. It's very important at all times. Most of the battle is for who controls the center. Now, he is controlling the center right now, but we've also got our rook and our knight looking at the center, and I've got pieces staring at his queen at his king. Sorry, I've got my light square bishop, which is definitely going to be an issue coming up. And now we're targeting this weak square on d3. He's only got his bishop defending it. We've got now two attackers. Let's see if he realizes the threat and brings in another defender. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. I can take my F pawn like I said earlier, and I'll open up my FR on my rook. I wouldn't take it a bishop because that would just be a waste of moves. If you take it a bishop, then now you're staring at two empty pawns, staring at two pawns against the bishop. So I take with the F pawn. You've still got an offensive bishop aiming towards his king, and also your other rook is now active. Okay, we can take this pawn then on d3. He didn't realize that it is under attack, or that he won't be able to defend it with two attackers, so we'll take that. He missed. He catches with the bishop. He missed that we have a rook staring at that. Okay, now we can look to win comfortably. I can just double up on the F file, my queen and rook, and that's going to create a very powerful attack. Very, very powerful. His king actually can't move anywhere right now, and we have checkmate in one. Can you see it? Ah, too late. Checkmate. So that's, I'd say, if you look at what we've done here, we just made sure all of our pieces are in the right places. My rooks are on open files. My bishop's controlling central real estate towards the king. You know, my bishop was dominating the king side actually, and was a massive threat for the second half of the game. Now, have you guys also noticed something as well about his king, my opponent's king throughout this game? Because if you're looking out, you realize that my opponent's king was central the whole time. You see, he's focused on pushing the pawns, missed a fork there, which would have been where he'd be castling, but this is the start of the downfall. I mean, even if you got someone that was 1800s to take over from his position, he'd struggle to regain any sort of strong position for the rest of the game. because he's already down a lot of material. I'm bringing now to a very strong square, controlling a lot of squares in the center. We were attacking that pawn, he didn't recognize it. He then attacks that queen, pushes the pawn down. Maybe he's too focused on trying to threaten my queen somehow, but in doing so he misses checkmate. So again, with our opponent, it's that he was attacking from a vulnerable position. So lots of threats towards me. However, he hasn't made sure that his king itself is in a safe place, and it's actually right in the starting square. His king hardly moved for the whole game. So that'll wrap up for this video. But thanks for watching and subscribe.